Hello beautiful people, today we're making this easy bralette top. It's for girls, toddlers, and I'm making two of them, for a 4-year-old and for a 8-year-old. all right, so the wools that I'll be using, it's this brown, it's called maroon brown, and I'll be also using this light brown shade, which is called gravel, and with the brand Charity, which is a South African brand. all right, and the hook size recommendation is 4mm, but because I want tight stitches, I'll be using a 3mm hook. all right, and this wool is 100% acrylic. all right, and then I'll be needing a cutter or a scissor, a knitting needle or a yarn needle, however you call it, and also a measuring tape. Okay, to begin, you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to make a chain. all right, so I'm going to make 5 chains because this is a small size bralette top. all right, and then I'm going to skip one and go ahead and do single crochets. That means I'm going to do 4 single crochets since I skipped one. all right, so you're going to go ahead and do your 4 single crochets. all right, so yes, you're done. After that, you're going to go into the same spot, all right, and do another single crochet, and then you're going to chain one and do another single crochet in the same spot. all right, because you are turning. all right, and then thereafter you're going to make single crochets, and you're going to make sure that you console your tail as you go. As you can see me doing, I'm carrying my tail along. all right, so that the weaving in will be easier for me. So when you're done with your single crochets, you're going to chain one, turn your work. all right, and I'm going to chain 2 actually, because I'm making double crochets, because I want this to grow a little bit faster. So I'm going to go ahead and make my double crochets. Since I made 1 increase, that means I'm going to make 5 double crochets. all right, that's 5 double crochets, and then I'm going to go in the middle where I did my chain 1. all right, right there. Okay, and then I'm going to do a double crochet. That's my first increase. Then I'm going to chain 1 into the same spot, do a double crochet, and I'm going to go ahead and do my 5 double crochets on the other side. all right, the same way as I did when I started this row. So go ahead and do your 5 double crochets, and at this point I'm going to switch my colors. all right, and at this point this is measuring I think 1 inch, so I'm going to switch my colors to the gravel color since I started with maroon brown. all right, so you make a slip knot because you want to attach, and you have attached. all right, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. If you are a chain 3 person, go ahead and do that, and go ahead and work your double crochets. all right, and you do your double crochets, and while you did your chain 1, you're going to do the chain, a double crochet 2 also. all right, so I'm at the chain 1 space, do a double crochet, do another one because this is increasing. all right, and then I'm going to go ahead and work my double crochets, and remember the chain 1, don't forget to do the chain 1. all right, because that's where you make your increases. So as you can see, it's looking nice, and you chain 2. If you're a chain 3 person, you're going to chain 3. Go ahead and work your double crochet. So the pattern that I'm following is I'm going to do 2 rows of each color. As you can see, I'm doing my second row of the gravel, and I'll work it like that until I reach the point where I'm making my increases. all right, I'm at the point of my increases. I'm going to go in with the double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet, then go ahead and work my double crochets as I usually would. So do that until you reach the end. All right, and then you're going to switch colors also to introduce the maroon brown, and that's just how I introduce it. However you want to do it, you can go ahead. You can just cut the yarn and reconnect. For me, I'm not cutting the yarn because I know that base I'll also work in it and will conceal. So you go ahead and do your double crochets again as you normally would. All right, so this is just a repeat of everything. So I'm doing my second row of the maroon brown, and because I'm working a small size, I'm just doing single crochets. All right, because I know that there's another row, last row, that I'm going to do while I attach the strings, so that the bra cup will increase a bit. All right, will increase the coverage. So that is why right now I'm just doing single crochets. All right, and this size is good enough for a child who is 2 to 4 years. All right, and I did my second one, so it's currently measuring around 3 inches by 4 inches on the base. All right, so you definitely need 2 of this. All right, and it stretches, by the way. And again, when I'm done, I'm going to press them down a little bit with the steam iron so that they can be more flat, and definitely they're going to increase a little bit more. All right, so you're going to go ahead and join your other twin cup, all right, to the one that you've been working on, so that you can finally make a bralette. All right, so I'm going to chain 1, all right, and then join this together. So I have attached. All right, from there I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. All right, so you're going to go ahead, grab a cutter or a scissor and cut. And don't worry about those tails. All right, they're going to be concealed the moment I work on the base. So just for more security, you fasten it with a single knot or a double knot, whichever you prefer. All right, for me I did 1. All right, and that's good enough. So from there you're going to make a chain. All right, because you're going to attach it so that you can begin the base of the bra. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, and that's good enough. It measures about with my hook, it will just depend on the hook that you're using, around 3 or 4 inches. All right, go ahead and attach it on the other side, on the corner side of the bra. So from there, where you did your single crochets, you're going to make a single crochet, and where you did your double crochet, you're going to insert two single crochets, sorry. All right, because you want to balance it and you want to straighten it off. So I'm at the point where I did my join right into the knot. I'm going to go ahead and do a single crochet. All right, and on the chain 1 that I did a single crochet, and where I attached, I'm going to make another single crochet. All right, and as you can see, I'm carrying along my tails because I want to make this as neat as possible as I go. All right, and then where I did a single crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet. That was on the last row that I did of the bra cup. All right, from there on the double crochets, I'm going to insert 2 single crochets and pull the tails a little bit more so that they can extend. And then you're going to do that and do the chains as you did the chains when you started. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my chains. the same number that you did when you started. All right, so I'm done with my chains. I'm going to add more chain and work my single crochets on the chain. The last chain will be a turning chain, will be an increase chain. All right, so you go ahead and do your single crochets all the way on the base so that it can become even more firm. All right, so go ahead and do your single crochets. So you do your single crochets all the way just like that. All right, nothing changes. What you're doing is just to make the base a little bit firm and also to give our top a structure. All right, so it's single crochets all the way, all right, until you reach the other end. All right, when you're done, you're going to chain one and turn your work and continue on doing your single crochets. All right, just like that. This is last part is a part of single crochets. All right, all the way until you finish. You do a single crochet. All right, so I think I'm going to do about 4 rows, and that's when I'm going to switch my colors after my 4th row. All right, so you connect your yarn the way you would, the way you know how, the way you understand how, right? And I'm going to go ahead and conceal my tail because I want to carry them along as I go. All right, for a neater look. The rest of the tails I'm just going to weave them in. So you're going to go ahead and do your single crochets with this yarn also, the gravel color or whichever color change that you'd have preferred. All right, so go ahead and do that. Sorry, and that's just about it. All right, so I'm at the end of my first row of single crochets with the gravel, so I'm going to go ahead and do another row of single crochets. All right, and when you're done, I think also I did 4 because I want everything to balance, and I'm going to switch my color to maroon brown again. All right, so I just want everything to balance. So in 4 rows of this sorry, with my hook size is just 1 inch. All right, so I'm basically at 2 inches right now, and I'm going to do another single crochet row of single crochets. All right, I did 5 right there. 1 2 3 4 5. All right, yeah, and then I did 4 rows again because I want them to sorry, to look nice. And then I don't know, I forgot the name what these are called. It's just a decorative edge on my work. All right, so I'm going to go with 1 single crochet, another 1 2 3, all right, and 4. The last one is 5. On the 5th I'm going to make a chain of 4. All right, and on the 3rd I'm going to do a slip stitch and slip stitch on the base and go ahead and do my 5 single crochets. All right, I forgot what these are called, Jesus Christ. And I'll just do a repeat. All right, go ahead and chain my 4. On the 3rd you slip stitch and slip stitch on the base. All right, go ahead and do your 5 single crochets all the way until you reach the end. All right, until you reach that end. It's just to decorate your edge so that it won't be just basic and straight. I know they are not scallops, I know they're not. I'm still a learner, remember, I'm still very new. So thereafter I'm going to do the last one on the very edge and go ahead and do single crochets all the way around until I reach the top of the bralette cup. all right, the very top where I'm supposed to do the strings to tie. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this decoration, and also I'm going to do 2 single crochets, and on the third I'm going to make actually on the fourth I'm going to chain 2, because I'm going to use that to insert my drawstring. All right, so I'm chaining 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch. Those are the string holes. All right, where I'm going to insert my string holes at the back of the top. Sorry if I didn't explain that well. All right, but I think you get what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat. What's going on here? Finally. All right, and do the single crochets. All right, sorry. I'm going to continue with my single crochets. All right, all the way until I reach the top corner there. Remember the row that I said, since I'm going to do another row which is going to help me to increase my cup, this is the row. All right, so I am the crown, which is the top of the bralette cup. All right, so it is where I'm going to make a very long chain that I'm going to use to tie the back and also the neck area. So it should be as long as possible, because it will go from the top part and also to the back side of the top. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to cut. All right, and make a knot. I think I did around 250, right, because I want it to be as long as possible, because it will cover up all the way up to the back area. All right, so I did it very long. From there I'm going to connect. Sorry, I did the lazy girl strings. All right, so I'm going to connect and continue with my single crochets. So don't worry about the tail, I will weave it in at the end. All right, but if you're not lazy enough to make it double, you can still do that, so that you won't have to make any join. So I'm going to go ahead and do the single crochets and weave in my tail as I go. All right, so that's how it looks right now. All right, go ahead, conceal the tail as you do your single crochets, so that your work can be as neat as possible. All right, so you're going to do all this single crochets all the way until you reach the next corner, and repeat everything that you did on the other side. All right, so you are at that point, and you're going to go ahead and make your 250 chains, or whichever number that you're going for. All right, and you're going to cut your yarn at the end and make a knot. Then you're going to rejoin and repeat the same process of the single crochets. All right, it's just that easy. And then you cut. So you're going to rejoin your yarn the same way as you did that side. All right, you're going to make a knot and connect into the piece. Go ahead, console the tail, and I'm just doing that so I could secure my knot, and also for the bralette to be balanced. That is why I'm inserting it a little bit higher, so that it doesn't leave a gap to show that it was rejoined. As you can see, it looks seamless. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and do your single crochets all the way until you reach the corner of the base. Alright, and then you're going to chain one into the same spot and do another single crochet, because you want it to balance, right, so that a corner may be a corner. And then you're going to go ahead and do that decoration, which I forgot, but before that you're going to chain two, skip two, and make a hole. Right, more like a buttonhole, because you're going to pass your strap there, and then you go ahead and do your single crochets. All right, so the spacing depends on you, really. As for me, I'm just making 2 holes. All right, because this is only 3 inches space that I have to work on. All right, so you're going to do your single crochets all the way until you reach the very end and you cut your yarn. Then you're going to conceal that end. All right, so at this point our top it's just done. It's like it's done. You just have to conceal the ends and lace it up at the back and cross it however you want to. I think I'll just do a cross so that it will be easy for our baby girl to fit in there. All right, so I actually had a double order. I did 2 of this for the younger girl and the other girl for the 4 and for the 8. They are sisters. All right, they had a heritage event at school to attend. All right, so this one is for the 4-year-old. So for the 8-year-old, you just increase the rows of the cup, that's all, and nothing changes thereafter. So I'm going to iron it with a steam iron so that the cups can be a little bit more flat. Since they're just toddlers, they don't have actual breasts. All right, so I'm going to crisscross them at the back and lace them through my 2 holes that I created there. All right, it's just that simple, and your top is done. If I did not explain anything clearly, be free enough to ask a question in the description box or in the comment section, in the comment section rather, and I'll clarify. I'll try by all means to clarify. All right, and the top is done. Okay, so you lace it through and tie a knot. Okay, so that's it. That's actually it. So it's done and it's beautiful. Okay, so this is it. And as I mentioned, I did 2 of this, alright, because it was a double order. And there's a tutorial also available for the skirts. So it was an order of the bralette tops and the matching skirts. Alright, so this is it, and I'll paste the description in the description box. Alright, in the description box I'll paste the link to the matching skirt. So this is it, my people. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the support. All right, even though sometimes my explanations are vague, I'm really sorry about that, but I'm more than willing to clarify anything that needs clarification. All right, so this is the shirt. It's beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys, and bye.